What's up, YouTube people? Welcome to another episode of Skyliner720 SaltWater Creations. As you can see my little friend right here. I had to get a picture of this, or photographic image, or video photographic image, as if you will, which I have meant to say. Look at that picture right there. That's a sunny. I used to catch those. Yeah, people, I got my booster pump, as well as my fittings. Once again, I pre-opened the packages, so this is my first time as well. Let's see what's in package number 1. Should be my fittings. Oh yeah. Lovely fittings. Now let's see what's in the exciting box. We got the booster pump switch. Wow, this thing is big. That's what she said. Look at that. I had no idea. You got the booster pump itself with adjustable pressure. We got the power brick. Alright, there she goes, the booster pump with all of its accessories. And it came with a pressure switch. That's going to be awesome. Pressure switch. Don't know how to use it, but I guess that screw right there should be self-explanatory. Of that's how you increase and decrease the pressure that flows on through the booster pump. It came with a gigantic brick, like Atari used to. Probably a little bit smaller than Atari. And it came with a cut cord. It just popped off of the booster pump. It just popped off, like they cut it. You know, that pissed me off. But luckily, I found out how exactly I can attach it back onto there, so I'll just solder that on there. And what I also got is totally separated from everything that I showed you. I got 2 strainers. These are booster pump strainers. These prevent from little tiny particles that doesn't get captured inside of either of your sediment or carbon block filters. What this do is you attach it to the booster pump. It goes through this micron metal tin screen, and it catches those particles that didn't get captured by your carbon block micron 5 or sediment filters micron 1. So I got 2 of them because I'm going to attach this one to the 2 housings that I showed you in my last video, and I'm going to attach this one to the booster pump. The reason why is because it's better, and I want to see the water go through it. Okay, so now we're going to install this into this. I have took the straight fitting and connected these two housings. I got one going out and the other going in, and the middle right there is the straight fitting screw on. Did not have any solder, and I don't want to wait around for solder or try to salvage it from something else. So I screwed on the two wires, twisting them on rather, and I put electrical tape around it. It's not necessary, the electrical tape, nothing's going to happen, but it ensures me that the two pieces that which I have just twined it rather together will hold in place. Alright, let's first begin the installation of this two housing unit. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is disconnect this line right here that connects to the faucet, and reconnect this elbow piece right here to this port located on the housing that's in. Okay, now we are going to cut two pieces of tubing from our main water line that attaches to the faucet, and reconnect that line right here to this elbow to this booster pump strainer. Okay, I have cut a piece of tubing from this line that originally connects to this elbow, connected it to the booster pump strainer, and now this piece is going to connect to the booster pump strainer as well, and this will remain hooked up to the faucet. Alright, here's where it can get extremely tricky. Alright, this TDS probe in is going to be taken out. It's going to be relocated to this housing that I have right here, carbon black, micron 5. Then from the carbon black micron 5, it's going to go in through this TDS probe meter, through this port. It's going to go into the first sediment filter, micron 1. Then it's going to come out of this unit as it normally does, and it's going, and this reload TDS probe is going to be relocated where the inline TDS probe was originally located. Now, the purpose for this relocation of the TDS probes is this. I am going to be measuring the TDS in coming out of these two housings with the sediment and the carbon block micron 5. Now when it comes out and goes into the sediment micron 1 filter, it's going to then pass water as it originally does through the micron carbon block 5, and go, instead of the red TDS probe being here in, it's going to be the out one. So I'll be seeing what's going to come out after it goes through basically these four housings into the membrane assemblies. And the two last TDS probes, you do not have to touch them. Leave them where they are, because that is going to be your final product of the measuring the TDS when the water is fully complete. So blue is out, which is basically your good water. It used to be here. And red is your bad water. It is going to be located right over here. Alright people, I have to advise you, when you move your probes, do not take the probe from the T. Just take out the entire T, because if you don't, you are going to be very pissed off, because you're going to have to spend money, and a new one to replace this is going to run you $60 to $50. And plus you could take out that T from one of these holes located in the back of the unit itself. As you could see, there's a T right there, and place that particular TDS probe into a desired location where you will be monitoring your TDS from. Now the installation is complete, and you can hook up your additional hosing. Blue is where the red was, and red is located over here. It's gonna I'm gonna be knowing what's coming out of these two additional housings that I purchased. It's gonna be going into the red TDS meter, which is the inline. It's gonna be coming into here, coming out of here, going into this one, and going into the blue TDS instead of the red, like as. Alright, the full installation is complete. It's going to go through those two things out of the faucet, through the booster pump strainer, into those two housings, right? And then it's going to flow on through the back, up this tube, through the in TDS meter that we just installed, come out of the sediment micron 1 housing, which is right there, going to the second one. The blue TDS meter out is in the back, and from there it's going to go into the two assemblies membrane. And now we are going to install the booster pump as well as the second strainer with pressure switch. Did not have an outlet located within the bathroom, but there's one all the way over here. Tried it, didn't work, so I improvised, thinking about making a hole over here, run the wire along over here, I guess. Didn't want to do that. Found this pipe. I said, how is this pipe getting in here? Found my solution. Yeah, it goes right in there, very conveniently, and into the other side of the bathroom, running along the mirror. And let's install the booster pump. Alright, videos got messed up. I am going to reiterate what I have done in one single video. Could not use the pressure switch for the booster pump. In order for me to do so, I need a liquid controller in order for that pressure switch to be operational with the booster pump. That's the first. I disconnected that pressure switch, and I just plugged the power brick into the booster pump as it would normally plug in. Now, I also the booster pump strainer right before this line attaches into the pump itself. There is no indication for this hookup of the hosing to the booster pump showing in or out, but there is two arrows pointing this way, which shows the direction of water flow. This black line is connected to the second TDS probe, which is located in the back, which is the blue out, and it goes in the booster pump strainer through into the booster pump into the two membrane assemblies. Alright, I just turned on the water. Water is flowing on through beautifully. Now we're going to turn on this switch and right here. Alright, I have flipped the switch right here. Now it's still on almost completely 40 psi. Now I'm going to turn the pump on. Let's see what happens. Alright, I have turned the pump on now, and check this out. It has boosted up to a dramatic 65 stable psi. Awesome, very awesome. Doesn't change. It changes only a fraction, but then it remains on 65 psi. Very awesome. 0, awesome. That's going out. In, 0, awesome. 0, in, wait, nope, sorry. 32 in. 40 out. That's because I never let those two drain as I did with these. Now I can say I'm officially making 240 gallons per day of water because of the booster pump, 65 psi. Instead of going +1, I go +2. 2 booster pump strainers, one there right before the booster pump, as well as right there. Yeah, this concludes another video of Skyliner720 SaltWater Creation. I'll see you later. To this booster pump,